For the first federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Yes, indeed, it is Friday morning, a beautiful Friday morning. We haven't been able to say this in a while because it's either been really muggy or cloudy or rainy, but it's 64 degrees outside.
It's perfect.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a while since you've been here.
This is my second time in July. Getting here right at the end.
Yeah, you had to do that.
I know.
You keep taking these things called vacations. I'm not quite sure what those are, but everybody says they're fun.
Well, I hope you get one soon, Paul.
You and me both.
Well, the weather is great, and I think it's going to be really good. The Habitat for Humanity golf outing's tomorrow.
I tried my best. Tanner's been telling me all month, it better be good, so I tried my best to make sure it was going to be good weather.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
Should be nice and not hot and wet blankety. So
yes,
we're looking forward to that, playing tomorrow at the Round Barn Golf Club. But can it be that summer's almost over for the kids?
I know. My 6th grader had orientation yesterday, my 5th graders got it today, and my 4th graders got it Monday.
Well, I feel bad for the kids. I think we used to get a lot more time off when we were younger.
Yes.
For summer, but we got half of our 4 ready to go back and half aren't.
All 3 of mine are ready. They're like, I miss my friends.
Yeah.
Okay, good, bye.
Well, we got a great show today. Later on, we're going to be talking with Bill Walsh, president of the Fulton County Parks Board. Excited to get some updates about the Fulton County Parks Department activities. They've been doing a lot the last few years, and it'll be neat to hear some about what they're doing and what opportunities there are for Fulton County residents to enjoy some natural habitats. Good trivia question this morning, too.
Oh, okay.
In what county is the biggest park in Indiana located in?
Okay.
You get 4 choices: Brown County, Park County, Owen County, or Orange County.
Okay.
I didn't know there was an Orange County, Indiana.
I didn't either.
That's news to me.
Okay, think about that one a little bit. Hi, Tanner.
Morning.
Hey, what about some sports this morning?
Yeah, got some sports. Of course, we don't really have anything local going on, but we will here in a couple weeks.
That's right.
School's about to begin. Football season's around the corner and all fall sports. We've got some nationals and world headlines going on this morning. First thing I wanted to ask Paul, since he's a Cleveland Indians fan.
Oh. The Guardians.
Going to be the Cleveland Guardians starting next year. I honestly forgot they were even in the process of a name change until last week. I'm like, what is this video? And I'm like, oh, they're changing their name.
Is it a superhero thing, or I didn't really understand it?
I didn't understand it until Monday. One of my good family friends told me that the Guardian's name comes from, there's 2 Guardian statues on I think it's called the Memorial Bridge, right by the stadium there.
Okay.
So that's where the
maybe that'll
Guardian's
be
names.
something exciting.
But the logo is kind of weird looking. It's the C with like 2 wings on it. So
yeah.
At least the name Guardians they kept the same font.
Yeah, that's all I saw was the name spelled out.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Hey, there's always room on the Cubs fan bus, Paul.
No.
Well, I wonder if it's going to impact teams such as the Atlanta Braves, Kansas City Chiefs, Illinois Fighting Illini, even though they might just be the Illini now, Florida State Seminoles, just other teams that are nicknamed around Native Americans. I don't know how that's going to impact them. So
and the thing is, Cleveland's wasn't named after the Native Americans.
Right.
They had a gentleman on their team, one of the best players they had, and they changed their names from the Spiders to the Indians to honor him.
Yep. I thought maybe the Spiders, they might go back to that.
There was a lot of rumors that that's where they were going.
Or the Cleveland Rocks, something to do with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But that's close to Rockies. But
they may change it yet again.
Yeah, you never know.
It's Cleveland.
yeah. But you mentioned the Cubs. The Cubs were in the news yesterday. Their captain, Anthony Rizzo. See, this put a smile on my face as a Yankee fan.
No, I'm sure it
And
did.
he's in pinstripes now. The Yankees did give them 2 pretty good prospects in return.
Well, the Cubs are paying all of the salary.
Oh, yeah, I was surprised by that. I was like, wow, okay.
He's a free agent after the year, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping he signs back with the Cubs
He could.
next season.
Somebody told me the other day, it was interesting, John Lester for years was with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And then he went to the A's, and he didn't know he could play anywhere else until he hit free agent, or until he got traded, and kind of opened up his eyes to play in other markets. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that happens with Rizzo or not. I don't know.
It probably will. His price tag may be pretty high. He's a very efficient batter.
Right.
So.
And Chris
You're
Bryant's
welcome.
probably going to be on the move, maybe today.
Rumored to the Mets.
Yep.
So.
Which that doesn't make me happy as a Yankee fan. And I
1-2
saw
punch.
ex-Cub Kyle Schwarber got traded yesterday from the Nationals to the Red Sox, where he'll be a DH for them out in the American League. That makes sense.
East Coast consolidation.
Yeah. So,
You're welcome.
so many trades going on, which I didn't want the Yankees to be buyers, but I guess they think they're 3 games out of the wild card. They can make a push for the wild card and see what happens.
They don't tank. They just don't sell.
They got the money to
Yep.
spend, and they spend it. So
Yeah.
I thought that's what would be happening with the Cubs with their, I say, new ownership in
Yeah.
quotation marks, but
that window shut pretty fast, didn't it?
it did.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep.
There's always next
Rebuild.
season, right?
Yeah, there's always next year, right? Interesting headlines this week in college football. Texas and Oklahoma notified the Big 12 on Monday that they're not going to be renewing their grants of media rights following the expiration of in 2025.
Wow.
So they're looking to jump to the SEC.
Is that the date that it would
It
actually
could happen before then,
Okay.
but that's about the latest.
Okay.
We'll see how long the kind of fight goes on. But I think we're going to end up with 4 super conferences of 16 teams. I think the Big Ten will add 2. I think the Pac-12 will add 4. SEC, of course, will add 2, and then the ACC will add, I don't know how many they have, off the top of my head, 1 or 2 more.
I saw the Big Ten publicly sidestep the topic.
Yeah.
Said, oh, no, we're not interested, but they'll feel the pressure if this really happens.
Right, especially if this does happen, the Big 12 not gonna be able to exist without those 2. And those 2 kind of run the conference. So
I don't really like all the conference realignment and how often it's happening, but
I blame it all on Texas years ago with the Longhorn Network. When they
Yeah.
established that, Nebraska got mad, they left for the Big Ten, and it kind of started everything. So I blame Texas.
Don't we all?
And they're leading it again, so it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes up. The Olympics still going on right now. I checked the medal count this morning. The U.S. is leading in total medals at 41. China's right behind them at 38, but the U.S. is 3rd in gold at 16. China's leading the gold medals at 18.
Well, because, the American girl can't decide if she's going to compete or not, so.
Yeah, she's dealing with some mental health things.
So America did pick up the gold in the individual
Right.
round
Yes.
anyway,
Right.
so that was pretty cool.
Got some track and field events were going on last night. The golf's done with 2 rounds now out of 4, which American Xander Schauffele is leading that, so that's neat to see.
Swimming's about finished, I think.
Swimming's about done. I haven't watched as much of the Olympics as I normally do. I gotta admit.
That seems to be the general consensus this year. I keep hearing people say, I really haven't watched but 1 or 2 things, the opening ceremony, and that's been about it.
It's been hard for me without the crowd.
Yeah, it's really strange.
It's just different.
I will say that the entertaining thing for me this year has been the men's and women's indoor volleyball. Have you seen
They're
any
pretty
of that?
incredible. Their athleticism and how hard they hit the ball.
Oh my goodness, that's very
I
entertaining.
wouldn't want to try to return a spike.
No, I think I'll just take the hit.
Yeah.
It's called
Just cover your face and duck.
Yeah.
I got some tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1729, the city of Baltimore was founded in Maryland.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, just a couple years ago. On this day in 1945, the USS Indianapolis was attacked by a Japanese submarine. Only 316 of the 1,196 men survived the attack.
Wow.
Because a lot of them that did survive the initial attack didn't survive shark attacks.
Right.
So
That was one of the worst we've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, there's an aircraft carrier you can go visit down in Charleston, South Carolina, that I'd really recommend. We went a couple years ago, but the number of decks in the room, you can walk all the way through it. It's like a living museum now.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a ton of history about the other aircraft carriers and battles and things, but that's really fun to do if you get a chance
That'd
to
be
do
neat.
that.
So how long did it take you to walk it?
Oh my goodness, I was so tired afterwards.
Sounds like a workout.
We did not see everything either. I need to go back, I think.
Spend a whole day or two in there just to
Under
see
the
everything.
ship, in the ship's belly.
On this day, 1956, the phrase "In God We Trust" was adopted as the U.S. national motto.
I thought that would have been older.
I did too.
Yeah, it surprised me.
Then I'm like, is that new?
You know, anything before my time, I thought it'd been there forever.
And on this day, 2001, Lance Armstrong became the first American to win 3 consecutive Tour de France's. But,
Wah, wah, wah.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. His legacy got a little tarnished as...
That was
as
exciting
the
at the
years
time, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was. It was. That's a bit that doesn't even really talk about anymore, at least
No.
on U.S. soil.
Yeah, I know it.
You know, probably
It's
because
never been the same
Lance.
since then.
Yeah.
I know it. That changed
And
everything.
Floyd Landis didn't help either. If you
Yeah.
remember him, he kind of got in trouble for the same thing. So, got a few days this morning. Today's National Cheesecake Day.
Okay.
It's National Friendship Day. Talk in an Elevator Day.
Yeah, that's not socially acceptable.
No.
No.
Paperback Book Day. International Day of Friendship. Share a Hug Day. Father-in-law Day. And System Administrator Appreciation Day.
Okay.
So a lot of days there you can intertwine.
This day is for you, Paul. Father-in-law day.
Here you go.
My father-in-law shares the same person.
I gathered that.
Okay. Thanks, Tanner.
You're welcome.
Well, we got it says upcoming event section, but actually it's happening now and yesterday. But it's the annual Fulton County Animal Center Rummage Sale.
Yes.
This is a really nice event for the community. Today you can head out to the fairgrounds from 3 to 7. Costs $2 to get in, and this is a big fundraiser. Tomorrow 8 to 2 would be the time, and only $1 tomorrow. So kind of neat how they're doing that. Get this stuff out the door one way or another. But actually, you know, they've been collecting donations. You can still take donations out there, and anything that is in good shape that you don't need anymore, and then others can come and shop around and grab those things. So it's really nice consolidated garage sale, really,
Yeah.
for the community, and a good way to find things and a good way to leave something for someone else to enjoy. So encourage you to check that out. We want to recognize Levon and Betty Chrissinger. Today they've got their 70th wedding anniversary coming up on Tuesday, August 3rd.
Wow.
And their kids wanted to make sure we recognize them for that. What a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
Also, Flowers for Dick's Drive-In being the third quarter Double I Fulton County Chamber Award winner for investment and innovation in their business. And they've just done a great job this year.
Absolutely.
Everything gets out quickly and it's delicious. So, great job winning that award. And then Casa of Fulton County won the Shining Star Award for the third quarter. Wanted to mention that. In money news, the Dow Jones average was kind of unchanged so far this week. But saying that, it hit another high point yesterday before falling down a little bit by closing. And I don't know how many weeks in a row we've been talking about it bumping a high point again. So what's interesting right now is, you know, we just passed a quarter end, so there's a lot of corporate earnings news that's going to be coming out. And it started this week with some of the tech companies reporting, and I think Tesla reported, Amazon, some of the big ones. That can always create a little volatility in the market as investors kind of learn how these big public companies did in the second quarter. So we're keeping an eye on that. U.S. GDP, that stands for Gross Domestic Product. That's all the goods produced in the U.S., the value of those. In the second quarter, it was 6.5%, which is great normally, but in a recovery time, it wasn't as high as expected.
Right.
They were expecting 8.4, but it really didn't have much effect on the market when that news came out. Also, Fed Chairman Powell commented that this week that the Federal Reserve board that kind of controls the shortest interest rates says the labor market has a ways to go, which isn't surprising if you see all the help wanted signs out there.
They're everywhere.
Some of the service businesses struggling to find people to complete the jobs to meet the demand. So really strange time there, but because of that, it's likely that our money policy in the U.S. is going to stay the same for a while. Okay, we encourage you to come see us today or tomorrow. We're open 8:30 to 12 tomorrow, open till 5 on Fridays. So we'd love to have you come in and see us. We can help you with any of your personal financial needs. You can always bank with us over the weekend too when we're closed, because you can deposit money in the ATM as well as get money. So there you go, automated teller machine. Did you know that's what that stood for?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yes.
Been doing this a long time now, so I'm glad to hear that. It's just a little test. We do offer simply free checking accounts. That's a checking account with no monthly fee, and we'd love to talk to you about that or some of our other deposit products. Our debit cards get a lot of use. Very simple way to have a security with your money and not have to carry as much cash around. If you open a new checking account, we're giving a free gift. We like talking about that on our show.
Yes.
You know what the gift is?
A tool set.
A stubby tool set.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shorter tools you can get in tight spaces and
Yes.
doesn't take a lot of storage. So really popular among the kids too.
Of course they are.
Come see us with mortgage rates. Boy, they took a dip last week. Came up a little bit, but they're still 3% base rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage.
Wow.
I mean, just unbelievable that we're still talking about that.
Yeah.
So if you've got some, really at this point in the refinance cycle, you may have some other debt that's higher interest rate than that, and with the way home prices and values have been, might be an interesting time for somebody that's got some other debt. Maybe you could refinance that into your home, get a lower rate, kind of stabilize your cash flow month to month. That might be a good option for you for your personal finances. So we'd love to help you with that. You can call Ben or Stacy, 223-2128, and get started there. Or you can apply online, www.firstfederalbanking.com. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. The bank is FDIC insured. That's a good thing. And equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
That's right. Well, I'd like to welcome Bill Walsh to our show this morning. Come on over here, Bill.
Good morning.
Good morning. Bill is the president of the Fulton County Parks Department and has been a member of the Friends of the Fulton County Parks for a long time. We were just talking about that this morning. And I've been a previous guest of the show several times also. We're really glad to have you here this morning, Bill.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, as we know, there's been a lot of Fulton County Parks news over the last year or two. We had a Leadership Academy project working on something in conjunction with the Fulton County Parks Department. And you've been working on several things. Why don't you give us a little update on some of the projects you've been working on, Bill, and then really want to talk about the new Richland Center Park that's been in progress for a while, and really you guys have made a lot of progress.
Yes. We've had a lot going on in the last couple of years. One of the things we've got done this year is we tore a house down at Germany Bridge
That
to
sounds
add
fun.
additional parking. We actually hired someone.
Oh,
to
okay.
turn it in,
Yeah. I can swing a sledge if you need that again.
Yeah. They'll tear down house, call me.
Parking has always been an issue down there between the public access site and the Germany Bridge Meeting Center. So this will help a lot. It's amazing how many people float the river. A lot of people don't realize that. But then at Prairie Edge out here, we've seen a big increase in use in the last couple of years. And
Prairie Edge is looking really good, and of course that's, I don't know if is that technically 3rd Street, or it's the extension of 3rd Street out to the bypass?
yeah, I think it's 3rd Street all the way. The
Okay.
address is officially at 3rd Street.
Okay, great. So you take the curve around the fairgrounds. We were all out at the 4-H fair a couple weeks ago, and then you run right into Prairie Edge. That's a really nice looking park.
wildflowers and flowers and prairie grasses have done really well this year with all the rain. The last few years has always been pretty dry, but it's been really good. One of the things we've got going out there, maybe you've seen, is we've got a big purple martin house now that Jim Streeter and Greg Mellinger donated that and installed it out there for us.
Oh, that's great.
And the martins were in it almost immediately. So
I bet they love that swooping area out there
Yeah.
with those flowers and all the insects. That's really great.
A lot of birds out there.
Well, is it the same type of house as what they've got at the hospital?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity out there, so
Right.
that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. One of the things we've been doing out there, of course, earlier this year, the Belcher family made a huge donation to the park department, among a lot of other things that they did. But one of Dick's requests was he'd like to see us do something with that parking lot. So that's in the works. County Highway is going to help us with that. And the remainder of that we put in our endowment fund at the Community Foundation.
Saving for the future.
Exactly. One of Dick's concerns was long-term maintenance. It's a lot easier to raise money to build a pavilion or something
Right.
than it is to raise money for maintenance.
Right.
When someone makes a donation, they want to see,
Well, parking lot's a good example too, isn't it?
Right.
You put it, whether it's gravel or pavement, you got to do something with that again later
Right.
on.
Yeah, it's always been an issue out there. But, and as part of that, we were talking this fund. In 2014, the Community Foundation had a grant for, you could apply and they would give you $5,000 to start an endowment fund, which Mary Chesser did that for us. The foundation awarded us that and opened it. And we just got a report a couple days ago from the foundation. That fund has grown to over 104,000.
Oh my gosh.
Since 2014.
It usually takes longer to grow that much, Bill. That's incredible.
We have had some really significant donations through the years. And I think the thing is that they're looking at the long-term maintenance and,
vitality of the parks.
Exactly.
That's really exciting, and that really speaks to the confidence I think that donors and community members have in what you guys have been doing and all the hard work and activity that you put in.
We're to the point we're growing so much that this is a big deal to us because maintenance costs, to be able to stay with the parks and keep them nice, and so that number's big to us.
Well, congratulations on that. That's an incredible accomplishment.
Yes, thanks. And one of the things out with the Belcher donation, we had talked quite a while about something to do to honor Dick and Suzanne out there. So it's kind of an ongoing thing, but what we decided was Suzanne was one of the original Friends members from 2003 and an avid birder. So we have been working on bird habitat improvement out there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Early this year, we contacted a biologist at U.S. Fish and Wildlife that we work with on other stuff, and he gave us a list of bushes and things,
Provide sanctuary for the types
Right.
of birds.
So we
That's
ordered
great.
a bunch of those in the west. And, it's something people might not notice when
Right.
they're out there, but on the west and north side, we've been planting things.
So there's some of those out there right now.
Yeah, we planted a bunch of them this spring.
That's exciting.
So,
We're talking with Bill Walsh, President of Fulton County Parks Department Board, and been involved for many, many years with the Parks Department and Friends of the Parks. And he's speaking about the Prairie Edge Nature Park right now. Those are some great updates. Talk to us a little bit about your big new park that you've been
Right.
working on for several years.
Richland Restoration Nature Park.
Okay.
We went to the county. That park had been a landfill in the 70s. And so we have been working since 2004 to get, it had to be officially closed, a bunch of cleanup work and whatever. But we actually, it's been open for a couple months now.
Oh, that's great.
We're gonna have a grand opening September 25th, once it cools down. And, one of the big deals out there, you know, like even developing this park, we have so far received $61,000 from the Community Foundation towards developing this park.
Wow.
You know, in different grants. And we have received $1,000, a $20,000, a $25,000, and now we have a $15,000 matching grant from the foundation, which we are $2,045 away from raising our $15,000.
Wow, that is awesome.
So we're getting really close there to that.
You're going to hit that then.
Yeah, fairly soon.
That's exciting.
One of the big deals out there is a Fulton County Leadership Academy group had a project for a dog park. So they have been working really hard on it, raising funds. And
They've got their own funds raised for some of that?
well, we have kind of included them in
That's
with
good.
us and the Friends of the Park.
Sure.
All working together, but they are like, we'll run the park. And
That's
do
exciting.
that. But
So you got room out there for a dog park?
yeah, there's it's 60 acres, so
That's
I mean,
good.
it's a pretty good sized property. But probably people are wondering, they think we're not moving. But since that was a landfill, everything that's done in the next 30 years, we have to have a permit from IDEM.
I see. There's
And
still a
anybody that's
connection.
worked with IDEM. But we started this process, you know, when the idea came up in January of last year, I contacted IDEM. They said no problems, they've got other parks, the same thing, that have dog parks. We just need to do some paperwork.
That sounds so easy.
Yeah, nothing to it. Well, so here we are sitting, and
A year and a half later.
so I mean, they've raised money, and a lot of people are really getting frustrated, but
There's really nothing you can do.
yeah, I don't know what we can do.
Okay. So
So,
it's a matter of time though.
right, I mean, the interest is there. I don't know of anything that I've seen come through the park since I've been there that really had the interest that this dog park is.
That's
I mean,
neat.
there's a lot of people interested. So it'll happen, we just need to be patient.
You know, it's a really nice component out there also because it's a few miles north of the town.
Right,
You really need something to draw people out there, and this is a nice piece, nice
Right.
space. There's a great tree line, lots of woods there,
right.
and it's really close to Geneva Center, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, Geneva Center wraps around and borders this property
Okay.
on the west.
Beautiful area.
So we've even talked years past, talked to them about maybe connecting trails with them and the whole thing.
That'd be great.
But we have like a mile trail through the woods that we've got opened up, and then probably another mile or mile and a half.
I've seen
Grass.
pictures of some pavilions out there too, some things you have accomplished already.
Right, we've got a couple pavilions out there, and we've poured a pad and sidewalks for ADA accessibility, and so we have been getting some things done.
That's great. What about volunteers? Is that something that you're in need of regular basis or specifically for this project?
Yeah, we always need volunteers, and we actually have the Friends of the Fulton County Parks.
Yeah, tell us a
That's
little
how
bit
I got
about that.
started. The park board formed the Friends in '03 as a 501c3, and basically we work on that for raising funds and volunteer help and special projects. And the Friends were really heavily involved with building Prairie Edge initially.
That's great.
So,
Who's part of the Friends right now?
the Friends are Sandy Sawyer, which Sandy and I are the only two original members.
Oh,
They
man,
left from '03.
That's great.
But Delise Zimpelman, Eric Schlarf's the president of the Friends, Bob Kennedy, Judge Doug Morton, Glenn Doss, and myself are actually the Friends members.
Okay. And then what about the actual Parks Board?
The actual park board is Mary Chesser, Sheila Kindig, Laura Snipes, Mark Kepler, Dr. DJ Fromfelter, Eric Schlarf, and me, and Gene Cloud is our secretary-treasurer.
Well, we'd like to recognize all of those folks for the hard work that you and them have been putting in on these parks. You've updated us a little bit on some of those this morning, and also this newer park, the Richland Restoration Park. And we know that the things you mentioned are a lot of accomplishments, so I'm sure there's been many, many hours and dollars spent to get these parks looking the way they are and in shape, and you even mentioned some of the red tape involved with getting some of these things approved properly, and the partnerships required with natural resources and also IDEM on this. So, we can't thank you enough for all of the effort and leadership you provided, Bill.
Well, thank you.
With these, and parks are neat, especially these kind of things that you're creating and putting together, because they benefit countless numbers of residents for just many, many years to come. And talking to you about some of the origins of these is really exciting, thinking about years from now, maybe someone won't realize the amount of attention and leadership required to put some of this together. But great improvement for quality of life for our Fulton County residents, and it's been really exciting having you here this morning.
Thank you. I was glad to be here.
As Bill mentioned a little bit earlier, $2,000 is all they need, basically a little bit more than that, to complete their matching portion of the latest Community Foundation grant from the Fulton County Community Foundation. So if you got a heart for wildlife, you got a heart for nature education, a heart for outdoor spaces, this might be an area that you could donate and feel really, really good about. So who would they contact if they're interested in doing that, Bill?
We take those donations through the Friends of the Park.
Okay.
And actually they have a post office box 462, or they could call me or any member of the Friends. I think maybe today the park page might be in the Sentinel, where we have it in once a month.
Good time.
And it will have all the names and phone numbers listed. So,
that's great. And do you guys have a website?
We are on the county's website, but it's a little outdated. We have a Facebook page that there's a huge following.
A good way to contact you
The
too.
dog park group also has a Facebook page. But,
well, if you're interested in more information, Facebook might be a great spot to get that about the Parks Department or the new dog park that are being put together. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Bill.
thank you.
Appreciate that. Okay, we're talking about parks for our trivia question too, Paul. In what county is the biggest park in Indiana located in? Brown County, Park County, that seems obvious, doesn't it? That's got to be the answer. Owen County or Orange County?
Well, I think I'm going to disappoint you and get this correct. Now I'll explain this.
Okay.
We have some tourism commercials that say, come check out the big parks down in Brown County.
Oh no! Well, you're correct. That's good. Good instincts
Listen more,
there.
Tanner.
Well, that's great, Paul. You're right. Brown County State Park, Indiana's largest park. How many acres would you guess?
Oh, I have no clue.
Well, Richland Restoration, 60 acres.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brown County?
200.
16,000. Good guess.
Right there. Just need a couple more acres.
I feel a little better now. Okay, well, let's go out on some words of wisdom from, well, this guy is one of the most unique Americans ever, Willie Nelson.
No, Willie.
Willie marches to the beat of his own drum. Here's some words of wisdom from Willie. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results.
There we go. I like that.
I do like that. Good job,
Thank you
Willie.
guys very much. We'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Paul.